What is up, YouTube? This is Alucard AFK with another MTGO game with commentary. Opening hand on a black-blue control deck. Drowned Catacomb, Go for the Throat, 3 Swamps, Dark Slick Shores, Phyrexian Obliterator. Let's get right to it. I've revised this deck tonight, actually, with a couple utility cards. With Ghostly Touch and Flight. You know, it's nice for Phyrexian Obliterator to be on the ground with his abilities of sacrificing permanents, but I've also found that there's times where I just want to swing in and not have them be forced to block, or the ability to block. So Flight for 1 mana will get Phyrexian Obliterator up in the air, which is just crazy. So if they do have some flying creatures, they'll be able to deal with it, but most people don't all the time. So that's really good. And then of course, Ghostly Touch has when I enchant that creature and that creature attacks, I can untap or tap a target permanent. So I can tap somebody that would potentially be able to block Phyrexian Obliterator. Like I said, there's cases where I just want to swing in, with 5 damage, and I don't really, if they have a lot of lands or a lot of tokens or something, they don't really care about sacrificing permanents. So it's kind of just a situational card. So if I see that they have a lot of tokens, then I may just want to, go ahead and swing past them, like tap some of their guys, and obviously Flight. So those are the only utility cards I've added. I didn't really change it that much. So we'll play Dark Slick Shores. We'll play a Plains. And we'll get another Swamp. We'll play a Swamp. And he'll play an Island. So 2 things I was thinking out very, very quickly. We have enough mana to ramp up the Phyrexian Obliterator very easily. So he could have a mana leak. He could also have a Oblivion Ring. So those are things to worry about. We'll play a Torpor Orb. Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger, so we don't really care about that at all. So we got a Swamp. And we'll play a Drowned Catacomb. We'll play Elixir of Mortality. Another one of those cards you just don't see decks not running these days. And Elixir of Mortality, in case you don't know, you can play for 1 mana, and for 2 mana he can tap it. You gain 5 life, shuffle Elixir of Mortality and your graveyard into your owner's library. So amazing card. Now we got a Ponder. So could have played a Phyrexian Obliterator. I'm really just going to search with Ponder for another creature that can be used as fodder for Phyrexian Obliterator. I don't want to get mana leaked early on with a Phyrexian Obliterator. I don't want to get Oblivion Rings early on. So we'll go ahead and do Ponder, and we got our Flight utility card that I was telling you about, Mind Sculpt and Mind Shrieker. So we go ahead and rearrange for Mind Shrieker. Then we'll go ahead and play Mind Shrieker. Mind Shrieker's abilities are fantastic. It's a 1 colorless, 1 blue. It's a 1/1 flying. Not that great when you look at it that way, other than it's fantastic card art. For 2 mana, target player puts a top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Mind Shrieker gets XX until end of turn, where X is that card's converted mana cost. Against control decks, not that great. Against creature decks, or anything with really high converted mana cost, it's fantastic. He'll play an Island. And then we got Flight. We knew that was coming. So again, we don't want to pull Phyrexian Obliterator just yet. I was expecting maybe a Oblivion Ring or something, or some sort of removal spell on Mind Shrieker, and then we would go ahead and try to put Phyrexian Obliterator after that. So we'll go ahead and swing in. And then on the Declare Blocker step, we'll go ahead and do the plus, or 2 mana ability, and it'll come out at Terminus. So Mind Shrieker is now a 7/7 because the converted mana cost of Terminus is 7 mana. I'll go ahead and do it one more. Seachrome Coast, got rid of one of these lands. That's always good, but it doesn't help Mind Shrieker at all. So, and then we don't have enough mana to do it one more time. So 7, and of course he'll play Elixir Mortality. So he'll get all those cards back to his library. He'll swing in and he'll go to 18. But it forced him to use Elixir Mortality early on, so he's not getting 15 or 20 cards back, you know, when he uses it late in the game. He'll play a Ghost, Lone Revenant, Hexproof, 4/4. Whenever Lone Revenant deals combat damage to a player, if you control no other creatures, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. A lot like a Ponder, but it's every time he attacks, so it's more powerful. And he's a 4/4 with Hexproof. Can't beat that. Got that Mind Sculpt when you knew it was coming. And again, we're just holding back on Phyrexian Obliterator, so we'll just do a Mind Sculpt. Top 7 cards of his library will go into his graveyard. Let's take a gander real quick. So there was an island, Vessel of Endless Rest. When Vessel of Endless Rest enters the battlefield, put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Dragon Captain, flying other spirit creatures you control, get 1/1 and have hexproof. So he's playing a spirit deck. Oblivion Ring, nice to get that out always. Geistly Saint Traft, amazing card, hexproof. 2/2. Whenever it attacks, you can put a 4/4 White Angel token on the field just for that attack step, and then he exiles at the end of combat. So not bad at all for Mind Sculpt. We'll put Phyrexian Obliterator out now. And we won't swing it with Mind Shrieker. Play a Soul Caesar. I always call it Soul Seizure. Flying on Soul Seizure deals combat damage to a player, you can transform it. If you do, attach it to a target creature that player controls. So when he transforms it, its ability you control enchanted creatures. So he can take control over Phyrexian Obliterator or Mind Trigger. Those are bad things. Good thing we have a Go for the Throat and Opening Hand, and he won't be able to attack until next turn. So got a Ponder. So we'll go ahead and make Phyrexian Obliterator flying with flight. Use Mind Trigger's ability. They'll get rid of a Fettergeist. So Mind Trigger is at 4/4. And another land, so Mind Trigger does not boost up anymore. And then with our remaining mana, we use Go for the Throat on Soul Caesar. So now we have 9 flying damage in your face. Flying Trample, 5/5. It's just crazy. When I was thinking about this, I was just giggling to myself, so. He'll go to 9. He'll swing in with Lone Revenant for 4. Then he'll use his Ponder ability, which really helped him out here. So there comes the White Source. So new Oblivion Ring was coming. He'll get rid of my beautiful flying Phyrexian Obliterator, which is fine because Mind Trigger by himself stands pretty good. Drown Catacombs, so we didn't have much in return there. Go ahead and do a Ponder just to see if we can get another Phyrexian Obliterator out. Mind Sculpt, Mind Rot can be relevant. He's got 4 cards, but for 3 mana, I'd rather save it for Mind Trigger's ability, Darkslick Shores. So we rearrange for Mind Sculpt. Go ahead and do Mind Sculpt. Top 7 cards: Moorland Haunt, Glacial Fortress, Stormgeist, Plains, 2 plains, an island, and another Torpor Orb. So not the greatest one. Got rid of some of his lands. That's always good. We'll do Mind Trigger's ability. Got a Terminus, which would have been a miracle next turn. So Mind Trigger is now a 7/7 flying. Do it one more time. And got a Fettergeist for converted mana cost of 3. So Mind Trigger is now a 10/10. Amazing, amazing card. And so we'll swing in for the win here. Game ended on turn 8. He's -1. We're at 16. What'd you think? Like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about the utility cards that I added. You think they're beneficial, or if they could be replaced with something better in a black-blue control deck. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.